Well, it is great to see all of you. All these special leaders from around the world all convene in Hong Kong for an amazing convention. Welcome. I want to congratulate all of you as President's Club members and Chairman's Club members for qualifying for this special event. And it's an honor to be here today to share with you what I believe to be the single most important key to success. Throughout my career, I have been a student of personal development and what it takes to reach our peak human potential. And over this career, I have made a list of more than 1,000 things that influence our success, that influence how the people around us see us. Such things as how we greet people with a smile and a firm handshake. Such things as having our shoes shined, our tie the right length. We don't want it too short and we don't want it too long. Such things as being friendly and personable. Such things as setting goals and having a plan. Thousands of things that influence our success. But I will tell you here today, there is not one thing that you can put on your list that influences your success more than discipline. So let's take a look at this important subject and how each of you can become more disciplined in your career and in your life, and perhaps more importantly, how you can lead through your example and teach those in your organization how to become more disciplined themselves. So first of all, let's take a look at what is discipline. Discipline is a pattern of behavior where you do what you know you should do rather than what you want to do. This morning, I woke up at the Ritz-Carlton where the company paid for my room. A beautiful breakfast buffet. I could have anything I wanted. But what did I do? I had to have the discipline to start each of my days, including today, the same way with my Lean Complete. It's how I start every day. See, discipline is choosing to eat what you should, and discipline to not eat what you shouldn't. Discipline is being consistent in exercising. There's a lot of factors that play a role, not just in our success with Unicity, but in our personal success in life, all of which require discipline. Brian Tracy is an author in the United States. He has written more than 60 books on personal development. He actually wrote the foreword to my book, Little Things Matter. But Brian said that if he was to pick the number one factor influencing success and human potential, it would be discipline. He says, it is the difference between winning and losing, the difference between greatness and mediocrity. So why is discipline important? Because without it, you won't do what is required of you to grow, develop, and achieve your goals. It is simply an absolute requirement to success. But I've got good news. Discipline, unlike many other gifts and skills that people have, discipline is not something that anybody is born with. Young Ha Lee, where is Young Ha Lee? She's somewhere around here, I know. She is our new Royal Crown Diamond that will be recognized at this event, an amazing leader from Korea. She was not born with discipline. The speakers you're going to hear from today, they weren't born with discipline. The person sitting next to you wasn't born with discipline. Discipline is something that we all have a fair playing field. We all start with no discipline when we're born. It is something that we learn. It is something that we develop. Nobody has an unfair advantage when it comes to discipline. Not only is discipline critical to your success, but it is also the ultimate accelerator to success. When I was standing back here about to be introduced, The MC said that success did not come quickly for me. And I said to the people back there, I said, well, the truth is it did come quickly for me. And the reason it came quickly for me is because I was disciplined. When I started my real estate career at age 23, that was 32 years ago, I was a young kid. I had no special skills. I had never been in real estate before. I was competing against other professional real estate agents that drove Mercedes and really fancy cars. I had a Pontiac Parisian, a car none of you have ever heard about. But what I had was discipline. And every day I sat down with my heart beating out of my chest, scared to death, and made phone call after phone call after phone call. Some days making 300 phone calls in a day. I didn't want to make those phone calls. I was scared to death to make those phone calls. But I sat down and I made calls every day. Every morning I got out of bed early. I was hungry for success. I had a wife that was pregnant. I had no money. But I pushed myself every day to do what I knew I should do, even though I didn't want to do it. In my first year selling real estate, I made $250,000 US as a 23-year-old real estate agent. When I got started with Unicity, my first month, I pushed myself. I was disciplined. I made the phone calls that I didn't want to make. I was still scared to death making those calls. My heart was still beating out of my chest. My first month, I did 40,000 points in volume. My second month, 200,000 points. My third month, more than 300,000 points. Qualifying today under the terms of our compensation plan, at least in North America, as a diamond. It was that I had discipline. I didn't have all the other skills that I have now developed at this point in my life, but I had discipline. Discipline is the ultimate accelerator for success. It can take you from where you are today to a level that you have not yet even comprehended in your mind, a level of success, not just in Unicity, but also in your personal life. So know this, that if you push yourself, and if you are disciplined, if every day you make good decisions, you can achieve a level of success that you've only dreamed of. The dreams that you have today can become realities if you push yourself. So let's take a look at these 12 keys, or these 12 ways that you can become a more disciplined person. Number one, perhaps most important, make a commitment. Make a commitment today that you will become a disciplined person. You know what you should be doing. The key is for you to push yourself to do what you know you should be doing, and not just today, but every day. If you take a penny, a US penny, and you double that penny every day for 31 days, that penny is worth 10 million US dollars. If you take that same penny and you double it every other day, it's only worth about $18. Consistency is the key. You have to be disciplined every day, not every other day. It can't be when you feel like it. It has to be when you don't feel like it. You still do what you know you should do. When you get up in the morning and you know you should exercise, but you don't feel like doing it, the question is, will you do it or not? Are you disciplined or not? You see, I don't believe you can become just disciplined in Unicity and then not be disciplined in the rest of your life. You're either disciplined or you're not disciplined. You either do the things you know you should do when you don't feel like doing them, or you don't. You see, I don't see people who are successful, who are disciplined, who have dirty cars, who have dirty homes. I don't see people who are successful in life who are just disciplined in one area of their life, but then lack discipline in other areas. So discipline is something that you must focus on. It must become part of what defines you as a person. When you die and people go to your funeral and they're talking about you, one of the things you want them to say is, your name is one of the most disciplined people they know. So understand, the discipline is not just something you do with unicity. It can't be something that you just say, I'm only going to be disciplined with unicity. I'm going to make those prospecting calls that I don't feel like making. No, discipline needs to become part of who you are. It needs to become part of your DNA. It needs to become part of what defines you as a person. So today, I challenge you to make a commitment. Make a commitment to yourself. I will become a disciplined person. I will become a person that will push myself to do what I know I should do every day, even when I don't feel like doing it. It doesn't matter if it's picking up that mug, cleaning up my dirty socks, cleaning my car, or making that prospecting call. I will do what is required of me and what is expected of me. Number 2 way to become more disciplined is read and visualize your goals daily. You see, if you were to look at the starting point of all achievement, it's desire. Because without desire, you won't push yourself to do what is required to succeed. And the only way you're going to have that desire is if there's something that's important to you that you want to achieve in your life. What all of you should do as leaders at your level is you need to have clearly defined goals. These goals need to be things that are important to you. Things that will drive you, things that will cause you to get up an hour earlier in the morning, stay up an hour later. I got a message from one of my leaders at 2 a.m. the other morning, 2 a.m. in the United States. And I responded, I said, what are you doing up at 2 a.m.? And he says, I won't sleep until I make big money with Unicity. You see, that's what desire does. Everybody else is sleeping at 2 a.m., but not Anthony Rodriguez. Anthony Rodriguez is up working at 2 a.m. That's because of his desire. And the value of reviewing your goals each day is that those goals will push you. Those goals will motivate you. Because if you don't have a reason to be working Unicity, if you're not motivated, you won't do what is required of you. But see, desire alone is not enough. If I was to ask you, do you want a better quality of life? Everybody would raise their hand. If I was to ask the people in Hong Kong, do you want a better quality of life? They'd all say yes. If I was to say, do you want a nicer car? Everybody says yes. You want a nicer home? Everybody says yes. Do you want to make more money? Everybody says yes. Yeah, desire alone is not enough. It can't be just that you want that. It's got to be that you want it so bad that you will do what is required of you to achieve your goals. It's got to be something that is in your heart. This is important to me. When I got started in real estate and my wife was pregnant and we had no money, I had a burning desire to provide for my family. What has driven me over these years is because I wanted to live a great quality of life. I wanted to be at home with my children as they grew up. I wanted to travel the world, and I just didn't want this. I wanted it badly. So my challenge to all of you is to make a list of your goals. Review them every day, and even better than just reviewing your goals, have pictures of your goals. If there's a car that you want, take a picture of that car, put it on your bathroom mirror, on your refrigerator, on the dashboard of your current car to constantly remind yourself of the car that you want. If there's a special home you want, get a picture of that home. If you want to travel the world and there's places you want to go, take pictures of those places that you want to go. And then every day, before you start your day, look at your goals. Use that as inspiration. Use that as motivation to push yourself each day. Number 3, start by doing the little things you don't feel like doing. You see, because discipline is a learned behavior, you just don't suddenly go from having no discipline to doing big things. Start by doing the little things. When you get done having your coffee or tea in the morning, your mug is sitting there, don't just leave it there for your spouse to pick up for you or to pick up later in the day. No, take it. And rather than just sticking it in the sink, wash it. If you're laying in bed at night and you forget to take the garbage out to the street, get out of bed and take the garbage out to the street. When your dirty socks are over in the corner, rather than just leaving them there and expecting maybe somebody else will clean them up for you, go pick up your socks. Start looking at all the little things you can do, because when you build your confidence in doing the little things, you will have the confidence to do the big things. So part of you making a commitment today that you're going to be a disciplined person is that you are going to do the things you know you should do every day, even when you don't feel like doing them. Things that have nothing to do with unicity. Things that you do around your home. Sometimes it might be, I'm getting ready to walk through a door. Here comes a lady. Now I could just walk through the door into the building and leave the door closed for her. Or I can just open the door for her, let her walk through. Believe it or not, that takes discipline. Okay, I know I should open the door. We all know, yeah, that's the right thing to do, is to open the door for her rather than just walking through. But instead, we open the door. It's all these little things that when you do them, you're going to feel good. Hey, look at what I did. And then when you got to do something harder, you're going to say, I can do that because I did the little things. So start with the little things. Build your confidence in the little things, and then you will have the confidence to do the big things. Number 4, when starting each day, do what you don't want to do first. When I was in real estate, I remember very clearly, every day, 8 a.m., I was sitting in my chair, phone to my ear, heart beating out of my chest, hyperventilating, getting ready to make my phone calls. I didn't want to make them. And I said to myself, I'm not getting up for 1 hour. I don't care what happens. I don't care if I have to go to the bathroom. I am not getting up for 1 hour. I'm putting this phone to my ear. I am not getting up. I'm making call after call after call. The reason I say do what you don't want to do first thing in the morning is because in the mornings when we have the maximum level of energy, it is easier to push ourselves to do the things that we don't want to do. Like exercise. It's easier to exercise first thing in the morning than it is at the end of the day. So those things that you know you should be doing, those things that are challenging for you to do, make a goal. Do those first thing in the morning. Make those prospecting calls that you know you should be making. Do them first thing in the morning. But here's another advantage to doing those first thing in the morning. Not only are you more likely to do them first thing in the morning, but I have found that people are happier first thing in the morning. People are more receptive to our phone calls first thing in the morning. As the day goes on in everybody's life, they become busy with everything that's going on. They become stressed out with everything that's going on. They start running in all these different directions, all these different responsibilities. The amount of time they have to talk to you becomes reduced. So not only first thing in the morning are you more likely to push yourself to do the things you know you should do because you have a greater level of energy, but your response rate from the people you talk to will also be better first thing in the morning. Number 5, hold yourself accountable. You set your goals. You've put together your plan. You've broken your plan down to what you should be doing each day. And now you are holding yourself accountable to working your plan. If your goal is to talk to 2 people a day, you talk to 2 people a day. You hold yourself accountable. You don't allow yourself to go to bed at the end of the day until you have done what you committed to do. Now, I'm going to give you a little side tip. This one little tip I'm going to give you right now can change your business as much as having discipline. Are you ready for it? I have learned that 97% of the people lack discipline. 97% of the people in your organization lack discipline. I always tell people, it's lonely at the top. There's not a lot of people at the top. You know why? Because there's not very many people that will do what is required of them to get to the top. Here's my key. Your downline lacks discipline. You can either hope that they do what they should be doing, or you can lead them and hold them accountable. I had a leader the other day say, I'm looking for more people like me. And I said to that leader, you will never be successful building a team of people like you because there's not very many people like you. You need to learn how to be successful building your business with people who aren't like you. And so here's what I mean. What you should all be doing with those in your organization is you should know what their goals are for the month. You should help them have a plan for what they should be doing to achieve those goals for the month. That plan should be broken down into what they should be doing every day throughout that month. And for the new people you're bringing in, you should be talking to them each day, making sure that they're making those calls, asking them how those calls are going, asking them what they're saying on the calls, asking them what kind of response they're getting from their invitations on those calls, complimenting them on the things they're doing well, giving them feedback on the little things they can do better. So for new people, you should be talking to them every day, holding them accountable every day. But even for those existing people in your organization, rather than expecting them to lead themselves, which doesn't happen, you can lead them by asking them to report back to you every day that they have done what was required of them as part of the plan that they have put together, as part of the plan they agreed to work that month. So for me, I've got the leaders I'm working directly with. I have talked to all the leaders I'm working directly with about their January goals. I've already done this. I've talked to them about what their plan is for the month, what they should be doing each day, and then reporting back to me that they've done it. So rather than expecting that people are going to lead themselves, rather than expecting that people are going to hold themselves accountable, you hold them accountable. Ask them to send you a text message or an SMS message or a WhatsApp message every day that they have done what they've agreed to do. Because here's what's going to happen. Because they lack discipline, they're not going to do those things oftentimes, and they're going to be sitting there going, oh my gosh, I got to tell Rick Jordan, I got to report back to him today that I've done it. And I don't feel like doing it. Oh, I just don't feel like doing it. But he's going to call me tonight. If I don't report back, I better pick up my phone and make those calls. So you will be getting more out of your people than they are getting out of themselves. Leadership has many definitions, but if I was to tell you the key to leadership in this business is you getting more out of your people than they would get out of themselves. And you will do this by leading them, by holding them accountable, because they are reporting back to you each day. This one little tip right here can make a huge difference in your business, because now your people will begin to do what they know they should do because you are holding them accountable. Number 6 way to become more disciplined is to find an accountability partner. If you're somebody that is struggling with discipline, find somebody that is also struggling with discipline and have an agreement that you will both report back to each other each day that you have done what you knew you should have done. This works great with exercise, where maybe I need to exercise, I've got a friend that needs to exercise, we both lack a little discipline because we don't like to exercise, but we agree that we're going to exercise together every morning. Or we agree that we're going to report back to each other every morning that we have exercised. So this is a great tip to become more disciplined. Number 7, make the decision of what you are committed to doing in advance. And then when the time comes, do it without hesitation. As an example, I am going to exercise every morning at 7 a.m. I will be out of bed by 6. I will have had whatever I have in the morning to get my day going. But at 7 o'clock every morning, I am exercising. So now it's 7 o'clock. I don't feel like exercising, but I said every day I will exercise at 7. It's not a decision I'm making today. I already made the decision. But now I'm going to exercise. I'm going to push myself to exercise because I've agreed that every morning at 7 a.m. I'm going to exercise. For those of you who are all full-time, which I assume probably all of you in business are, or all of you in this room are, you should set a time every day that you're going to make your prospecting calls. Every morning at 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 a.m., whatever it is, I am making my prospecting calls. And every morning at that time that I've selected, I will make 5 calls, 10 calls, whatever your commitment is. Then when that time comes, don't sit there and say, do I want to do it or not? No, I said I would do it, and I will do it. Number 8, do the things that will increase your energy levels. It is a lot easier to be disciplined when you have energy than when you don't have energy. So, what are the things that increase your energy levels? Number 1, not drinking alcohol in excess. You wake up the next day, you're tired, you're going to lack discipline. Eating the right foods, not eating the wrong foods, the things that will drain you. Making sure that you're getting plenty of sleep. Drinking your matcha every day, or your Unimate, which is what I have every day. I ran out of Unimate. I had to have it Federal Expressed in next day air. I can't go a day without my Unimate. I am addicted to Unimate. But I feel great every day. That's why I'm addicted to it. I love it. Stuart got me started, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't drink my Unimate. I got to my hotel room a couple days ago, and I was like, I thought I forgot to pack my Unimate. I said, no, I'm convinced I packed my Unimate. I found it in my shoes because I had a lack of space in my suitcase, so I packed my shoes with Unimate. Fortunately, I found it. So do the things that are going to give you maximum energy. You know what drains your energy. Don't allow those things to drain your energy. You know what gives you energy. Do the things that are going to give you energy so that you are more likely to do the things you know you should be doing. Number 9, create productive habits, rituals, and routines. I've talked a little bit about this, such as every day I'm exercising at 6 o'clock, or every day I'm exercising at 7. Every day I'm making my prospecting calls at 9. And part of this is if you're going to have routines, you don't allow things to mess up these routines. If all of a sudden you've got a downline leader that says they want to talk to you in the morning at 9, and 9 o'clock is the time that you make your prospecting calls, you say, no, I'm not available at 9, but I can talk to you at 10 or any time after 10. You don't allow things to interrupt with the times that you've set aside to do the things that you struggle with. You don't allow things to interrupt the times that you've set aside to do the things that are most challenging for you. You don't, because those are easy. Well, you know, I'd rather talk to my downline. That makes me feel productive. No, you can talk to your downline anytime. That's easy. Picking up the phone and talking to your downline is easy. That doesn't require discipline. So you build routines in your daily schedule so that you're doing the things that you should be doing to be a great example of a health and fitness person in this business, to be a great example of an upline. You see, everybody's watching everything you're doing. Your downline knows what you're doing. If you're somebody that doesn't show respect to others at events, maybe you're talking to somebody, but you're always looking around at everybody else while you're talking to somebody, that person you're talking to knows that they're not important because you're not looking at them. Instead, you're looking at everybody else around. If it takes you 3 days to respond to an email, you're teaching your downline it takes 3 days to respond to an email. If you don't return your phone calls in a timely manner, you're teaching through your example that it's not important to return phone calls in a timely manner. You see, everything you do to grow and become a better leader, you are teaching through your example to those in your organization how to become a better leader. These 1,000 little things on my list, I practice every day. I know there is no better way for me to influence my organization than through my example. It's not what I teach on stage, it's what I do through my daily life that shows the kind of person I am in the example that I'm setting for my people. Number 10, stop making excuses. And even worse, stop justifying them. This is big deal right here. You have to become a person where you say to yourself, I am done making excuses. I am done making excuses. I will not make an excuse for not exercising today. I will not make an excuse for not eating what I should be eating today. I will not make an excuse for not making my prospecting calls today. Oh, well, I'm tired. That's justifying an excuse. Oh, I don't feel like it today. It's raining outside. Okay? You have to become someone that you do not make excuses. You refuse to make excuses. You do not even go down the pathway in your mind of thinking about not doing what you know you should do because you don't feel like it today. Number 11. When you do the things you know you should do, recognize and reward yourself. You see, part of being an entrepreneur is you can't be looking for other people for praise. You can't be looking for other people to say, good job. No, it has to come from you. You are the judge, not anybody else. You are the one that recognizes yourself. You're the one that encourages yourself. You're the one that says, great job. You did it. Congratulations. That's part of being an entrepreneur. You can't be always looking, hey, somebody can tell me I did a good job. No, you are the one. You're the boss. You're the president and CEO of your own company. You look to yourself for praise and recognition. And when you do the things you know you should do, you look in the mirror and say, good job. I'm proud of you. And when you do this, your self-esteem is going to grow, which I'll talk about here in a second. Number 12, make your daily mantra. Anytime you don't feel like doing something you know you should do, you say to yourself, if I don't feel like doing this, then I must do it now. I'm laying in bed. I forgot to take the garbage out to the street. The garbage man comes early in the morning. I don't feel like going out. Uh-oh. I just said I don't feel like doing something. Off goes the covers, out of bed I go. I'm going to do it now. Make this your mantra. Anytime you don't feel like doing something, you say, if I don't feel like doing it, then I must do it now. Friends, I want to tell you without any question, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 5 years old. I'm 55 right now. I've studied success. I've read the books. I've listened to the audio programs. I can tell you what everybody talks about when they talk about achieving your maximum human potential. This right here today is the ultimate key. You must make discipline part of what defines you as a person. It must become who you are. And here's the bonus benefit. When you push yourself to do what it is that you know you should do, you're going to feel good. Look at me go. I did it. Bam. Yeah. Great. Woo. Ah. Bam. Yeah. I don't believe there is anything in the world, not one single thing in the world, that will more positively influence how you feel about yourself than when you are pushing yourself to do what you know you should do. Because when you don't do what you know you should do, you're also going to say to yourself, I didn't do what I knew I should do. Yep, I didn't do it today. No. And that tears you down. Those conversations, whether you know it or not, bring your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your self-image down. But when you push yourself and make yourself proud and do what it is that you know you should be doing, you are going to feel great. You're going to walk with a greater posture. You're going to talk with more confidence. Your self-esteem, your self-confidence, everything is going to improve when you push yourself each day to do the things you know you should be doing that you don't feel like doing. And remember this, the most important key to success. Number one, not number two, number one key, more important than integrity, because you can be successful without integrity, but you can't be successful without discipline. The number one key to success is having the discipline to do what you know you should do every day, not every other day, every day with consistency. It's having the discipline to do what you know you should do every day, even when you don't feel like doing it. How many of you here today are committed to becoming more disciplined in every part of your life? Okay? That's your challenge. You are going to become more disciplined. And you will see when you become more disciplined, your marriage will improve. The respect that your wife or your husband and your children have for you will grow. The respect that everybody in your life has for you will grow, because they will all see that you are somebody who does what is required of you. Yes, that is you. Thank you so much. I wish all of you the best throughout this conference. Thank you.